Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey. Hope you're having a great day out there. It is our Friday show, so TGIF and all that stuff. How you guys doing? How are you? Wow. Lots been going on in my world since we last talked. Don't worry, Jack will be here. He's finishing something up, and then when he's done with that, he'll be over here. But before then, let me just tell you about how I've spent my last 36 or so hours. I woke up yesterday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon to my wife going, I hate to wake you, but I need your help immediately. And I was like, oh my God, what? The cat was pooping all over the house and not like little, oh, you can pick that up easily turd. No. She has some, how can we call it? What? She has the liquid shits. That's what she has. And set up with her all night last night and just, she's quarantined to our downstairs bathroom. It's one of the few places that's not carpeted. It already has one of her litter boxes in it, and it's not a huge room. It's easy to get to anything that she happens to have accidents on. For better or worse, that means she started pooping in the sink. I love that cat so much. She didn't eat all night. She had like just a couple of bites, and then she finally ate today, and she was feeling better. So I let her out, and we were wandering around. Suddenly, she just started running. Phoebe doesn't run. Phoebe runs when she's playing, but otherwise, if you're playing with a toy, throwing a ball or something, she'll run. But just normally, she saunters. She struts. She does not run, and she is running like something. And every time she'll stop and like try to clean her backside, and then just as soon as she would touch, just run. I'm like, uh-oh. And so I wrapped her in a towel real quick and brought her back downstairs and put her in the bathroom again. And within half an hour, she had pooped in the sink again. And she's done it twice, but she hasn't done it again since then. And I had planned to just take the night off again to keep an eye on her, which I'm still going to be keeping an eye on her, but I was bored out of my freaking gourd, you guys. Just absolutely bored. Sitting here like, now what am I going to watch? And then I saw the DeSantis debate is tonight. Pumpkin Trucker, thanks so much, says, for the Phoebe Vet Fund or a cork, whatever works. Either one of those at this point would probably be okay. Before we get to DeSantis and stuff, though, one, thank you for all the kind words for Phoebe. You guys know how much I love my kitty cat. Lady Monkey has just been beside herself, you guys. Oh, she's just been so distraught. She's actually cried several times. Just worried about the kitty. I am going to take her to the vet in the morning. I'm going to call him up and be like, hey, it's still happening. There's no blood or anything to worry about. This is way too personal about my cat's poop. No worms or anything, but she's gone 2 days now where she has no control over that part of her. She did finally pee, which was great. In the cat box. She peed in the cat box and shit in the sink. Okay. Maybe she doesn't want to get that. She's like, nah, this is too nasty for my cat box. No, I don't want any of that shit in there. I'm going to put it in your sink where you brush your teeth. Don't worry. Everything has been Cloroxed to fucking back. It is very clean in there for her, but man, poor kitty. She just wants to cuddle. And I've cleaned her up the best I can. But what she really needs is an actual bath. And I don't want to do that to her until she's at least a little bit stronger. And so we'll see what happens with that. Oh, my God. She smells like she did when we got her. Poor cat. Anyway, so thank you guys for all the kind words for Phoebes. Yeah, because I do love my little kitty cat. Let's move along. Let's not talk about cat poop all night because, frankly, it's been the focus of the last 36 hours of my life, and I'm ready to move on. I didn't sleep worth a shit either. At about 8, I told Lady Monkey, I just got to get some sleep. I didn't sleep worth a damn. I was up like every 45 minutes max. Just worried about this damn cat. So I'm sitting here bored. And I see, oh, yeah, the DeSantis debate is going on. DeSantis and Newsom. And I missed most of it, I'll be honest with you guys. Maybe caught the last half hour-ish. And we're going to watch some of the videos, of course. Uh-oh. Oh, that was the duck moving on screen. Did I get disconnected? No, it was just the background video reset. It just made me jump for a second. I'm sorry about that. But I'm watching this debate, and I had high hopes. In all seriousness, I kind of had some high hopes for this debate because I think these debates are important. Not all debates should be about who's getting into political office, right? Not every debate should be, I'm running for president, he's running for president. These are the things. We should be able to have ideological debates as well, which this one was. It's Florida versus California, red versus blue, poop maps versus whatever Florida has. And it should be a good thing. It really should be. The problem is, at least from what I saw, is that DeSantis wasn't there to defend his ideas. I'm so sorry. DeSantis did okay. He did better than Newsom. Newsom wasn't there to defend any ideas at all. He just, anything that was said to him, he would just, this is how bad he was. It was the second to last question, I believe, where maybe it was the last question. No, it was the second to last. Anyway, Sean Hannity, who's seeing over the debate, he's like, okay, this is kind of a fun question. You're from Florida, you're from California. I want you guys to say something nice about each other's state. And DeSantis goes first, and he talks about the California coastline and how beautiful some of the cities are, right? And then it's Newsom's turn. Newsom dodged the question. He completely dodges the question about what he likes about Florida. Doesn't say a damn, fucking doesn't even answer it. And this is right after the question before he had to hide behind Nikki Haley. It was so bad. And there's, of course, everybody's got their sides. Look, I don't like Gavin Newsom. I think he's a shitbag, right? But I've said this before. Gavin Newsom is a pretty polished politician. He's probably one of the Democrats' best hopes right now. But he didn't come off polished at all in this. He came off condescending and petty and almost scared of his own ideas. He wouldn't even. There's one question where he's at, and I think we'll probably see it, because we're not gonna watch the whole debate, guys. Just for the record, we're gonna go over to the Fox News channel, and we're just gonna grab their YouTube clips and look at those just to see how well they are. Thank you, Alan, for that donation. I appreciate it. It says, good morning, sir. I hope you're well. But I forgot. I lost my train of thought there. It was the abortion question. So Sean Hannity just asked, okay, do you have any limits you would put on abortion, any at all? You know, the late trimester, whatever. And he's like, look, man, I know what you guys are trying to do here. He's trying to get you to answer a simple fucking question. Would you put any limits on abortion? He's like, look, man, you guys are just trying to use this to try to make it. That's way too urban for him. You guys are just trying to catch us. And look, most abortions don't happen in that manner. Okay, that's fine. But what about the ones that do? Is there ever an instance where you don't think a woman should have an abortion? And the closest he gets to answering that is, well, I think it should be up to the mom and the doctor. Really? Would you say that at crowning? Baby's crowning? Doctor's like, oof, I don't think this baby's so good for you. And mom's like, all right, I guess you're right. Pop it in the head with some scissors. Would you be okay with that? I'm just curious. Why can't these people answer that question? Why does that question scare them so much? Well, we know the answer because their answer is no. They have no limits. They believe in anytime abortion all the time. And it's pretty disgusting. But you have the chance to stand up there and say, yes, I believe in abortion on demand and whenever you need it, all the time, even if you stubbed your toe on the way to delivery, nah, fuck it. You can go ahead and kill that baby. But they won't say that out loud because we're told that nobody actually believes that. Nobody actually believes that it's okay to kill a child while they're crowning. Well, if nobody believes that, why is everybody so afraid to say it? Why are you guys so afraid to go? All right, you know what? You guys are right. Everything else is fine, and the baby's crowning. Yeah, no, it would be wrong to kill it at that point. Why can't you say that? Eh. Newsom is like AIDS. It slowly develops after a viral infection due to sticking your socialism in crazy and developing communism. Fair enough. I am wheezing like hell, and I'm hoping you guys can't hear that too much because holy crap, it's starting to bother me. And I have no good reason why. Well, still got sinus crap, but yeah. Come on, load up. Thank you, Ebony Williams. Can I get some prayers and positive thoughts from my father? He's in the hospital right now with heart pain. Yes, absolutely. I hope he's okay. I hope it's indigestion. I really do. Or like mine, where it was just like, something happened and everything turned out to be fine. So I really do. I all the best thoughts for him. All right. I suppose we should pull up some of this and start watching. I was really hoping that Jack would be here before we start the videos. Oh my God. I turned on the mic and suddenly my nose was like, let's run now. Yeah, I'm so glad I'm not one of those people you guys can see streaming because there's just so much coming out of my face right now. Now for when I check on Phoebe next. Christ almighty. Maybe that's what I needed to unplug my nose is just to talk, get the reverberations going on in my head. This deep voice just knocks everything loose. Doug Resurrect, thank you for that feminist $12. Would have had some modicum of respect for Newsom if he just admitted to his evil. They always dance around what they actually believe because they know it's evil. Oh, did you see the part with the? I came in when they're talking about the books, the book bannings in Florida. You've banned 1,000 books. There's 3,000 banned across the country. And Ron DeSantis is like, these are the books that you're talking about. And Newsom's like, we don't teach that to little kids. That's a misnomer. They're in the little kids' libraries, you shitbag. And then he says this. He goes, I'm a little bit disturbed to notice that these are all LGBT books and some black ones too. He might have said African American or people of color. I forget exactly, but it's what he said. Yeah, no, you guys are just objecting because they're written by gay people about gay things and black people. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's not the fact that you have books that you literally can't read at the school board meetings in elementary schools. That's the problem that you guys can't seem to wrap your fucking heads around. Anyhow, so let's see, which one do we want to do first? As of, let me refresh their page, see if they've added any more, because they have 4 videos up. 5 now. Okay. Let's see. We got energy polish. Well, maybe. Abortion. Yeah, we'll probably hit that one. Crime. What's this one? Oh, Newsom for some reason. Yeah, we'll start with this one because it's probably one of the pettiest pieces of shit. For some reason, look, I get that this is basically a surrogate debate, right? Because the main candidates are probably going to be Trump and Biden again. So, surrogate debate. But it is amazing how many times Newsom tried to hide behind Trump, or in one case, even Nikki Haley, and take that as this is supposed to be a debate of ideas, right? Like, I believe in school choice. I believe that's misusing government funds to go to non-secular schools, whatever, right? And instead, it's like Joe Biden's better. No, Donald Trump's better. Although I don't even think DeSantis went that far. But that's what Newsom came in there like, haha, you're losing to Trump. And Biden does everything great. And did I mention Nikki Haley? And Trump is beating you. That's not a debate of ideas. It's just retarded. Anyway, we got this one queued up, so let's put it up here on the screen. Jack, get your ass here. I'm stretching. This is called stretching in the business. You stretch it out to try to give time for things to happen. Can't tell I'm tired of shit. Anyway, Newsom takes aim at DeSantis. You're down 41 points in your own home state. See what I mean? See what I mean there? That this isn't a serious topic. You're down in your own home state. Are you actually supporting? Oh, look at that. Look at that. I stretched it out long enough. What's up, Jack? How you doing, man? His audio will be here in just a second. He's switching over from what he was doing. I'm gonna sing.
Eventually, this will load and let me in.
There it is. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing all right. I had to wait on a video to finish, but I was in the chat listening.
I figured as much.
Yeah, it took 15 minutes to render a 5-minute video.
That's actually not that bad.
It would be if it worked right the first time, so I didn't have to do it a second time.
I remember before I got my my setup that I have now, a 10-minute video would often take almost an hour just to render. It was a pain in the ass. Disgruntled technician, thanks so much for that feminist $12 who says, hey, look, a delay. Thank you so much. Jack,
hi, everybody.
Since we last spoke, in person, I've had a really, really shitty time. And for once, that's literal. And I'm not happy about that for several reasons. One, I don't like poop.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. That's why when Rico was sick, that's what I had to do was poop duty. And,
my bathroom looks like San Francisco.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I think your cat has the same thing Rico had because he was shitting like crazy, but he was still eating and drinking. Well, he was drinking water, and not vomiting. So that was the important bit.
Yeah, she's not vomiting, and she did eat. She's really not happy with her dry food right now, and I don't know why.
It's hard to digest.
She's ate a little bit of it, but not very much. So,
yeah,
like I told you, I'm gonna take her to the doctor tomorrow, and we'll make sure she's good. But anyway, we were just getting ready to watch Gavin Newsom takes aim at DeSantis in the debate tonight.
Oh my god! Can I say how much Sean Hannity looks like an old lady?
Absolutely. I mean, he's starting to look like Angela Lansbury.
Yeah, he's got that like droopy jowl thing that if you put like a big, what do they call those sun hats with like some flowers on it and like a big pink flowery dress, you'd think he was a bag lady.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
like him and Quentin Tarantino could recreate the Golden Girls.
I really didn't like what I saw of the debate of how he was handling it, because he was handling it very much like he does his show.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I guess with some of the argument that was going on, it's that part, it was a little okay. But other than going, hey, guys, one at a time, I feel like he got involved more than he should have.
Well, that's what do you expect from Sean Hannity? He's got a giant Santarin head.
And he rarely held their feet to the fire on the question that he asked.
That sounds right. I want to see a debate moderated by Peter Doocy.
I'd watch that.
Right? He'd have been a better choice than Sean Hannity. I know they're trying to get numbers with Hannity doing it, but I think Hannity's way too partisan and he's kind of dumb.
I'd have brought in Kayleigh McEnany.
Yeah, she's on staff, so
have Kayleigh do it, or if I'm these two guys, have anybody else host it. Anyway, he's not the main problem. The main problem is that Newsom was just such a bitch through this whole thing. Now, as I say whole thing, remember, guys, I only saw probably the last half hour of it. So I'm just assuming he was that way the whole time, Jack.
Yeah.
So here we go. This is one of the clips. Jack, what we're doing tonight, instead of watching the entire thing, I just went over to Fox News. I'm grabbing their videos of what they think are the important parts. Nut says Megyn Kelly. I would watch it if Megyn Kelly did it. Oh, am I still here?
Yeah, you still here.
Oh, okay. You hadn't said anything. I don't know if Newsom would go on with Megyn Kelly. Evolve Potato, thank you. About DeSantis losing his home state of Florida, isn't Florida also technically Trump's home state? Yes, it is right now, yeah. I mean, that's where he lives. That's where he hangs his hat. So, yeah, good point. And anyway, so this is one of the ones that Fox News thinks is important.
Message to illegal immigrants during a campaign was, let them come. I'd have the tape, but I said I wouldn't play the tape. And since taking office, Biden said he's gotten control of the border. Vice President Kamala Harris, Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas, Biden's press secretary Karine Jean-Pierre have all said the border is either secure or the border is closed. Yet the border.
Anybody who believes that, seriously, these bridges are getting out of control.
Yeah. Well, did you see what Mayorkas said yesterday's the solution to all this?
No, I was cleaning up shit all night. What'd he say?
Amnesty.
I should have guessed.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
All right. So I like how he says he wouldn't bring up Biden's quote from the election, but still kind of sneaks it in there.
Yeah.
I said I wouldn't bring up the video. Was that really one of the things that Newsom had forced in there? Like, hey, look, I'll come. Just don't show Joe Biden lying during the election. Because that's what I got from that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I don't feel like DeSantis's people would have been like, hey, please don't show that video that makes Joe look bad. Newsom, seriously, you shouldn't have done this. You came off looking like a complete puss the whole time that I saw you. And then hearing this, you were a puss before it even started. The Lincoln Douglas debates, it's not. All right.
Patrol says, well, guess what? They have been a record 6.5 million encounters with illegal immigrants and so-called asylum seekers at the border since President Biden took office. The administration says, well, they don't know how many people actually are in the country.
Liquid shits, thank you so often. I don't exercise regularly, so thanks to Phoebe for being my running buddy. That's nasty.
Ew.
Sorry, I wanted to get that before we got too far along. Here.
5 million encounters with illegal immigrants and so-called asylum seekers at the border since President Biden took office. The administration says, well, they don't know how many people actually are in the country illegally. Gentlemen,
wait. There's something important on the screen right there that Hannity didn't actually read out. 1.7 million known gotaways. That's how many they know got into the country illegally without being stopped at all.
Yeah, not how many there really are. It's just how many they know about.
That's how many they know for a fact. 1.7 million. That's bigger than many states, Jack.
Yeah.
All right.
The American people, I ask you, I believe it's your turn, Governor Newsom, have the American people on the issue of borders, you're defending the Biden administration. They're saying the border's secure. They're saying the border's closed.
Wait.
Those are the.
That's okay. Now, maybe this is from a previous question or something, but this is what I was talking about. I don't want Newsom there defending the Biden administration. This was sold as red versus blue, red state versus blue state, California versus Florida. I want the argument of the ideas, and hopefully it gets into that in this answer. But Sean's setting it up that way, like, well, you're here to represent Biden. This shouldn't have been a proxy debate. It just shouldn't have been. These are both men who run major states in our country. California, what, 20 million people or some shit like that? It's got a lot of millions of people in it. it's not like he has to stick up for Biden. He can answer his own fucking questions for himself. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you see why I'm irritated by that shit?
Mm-hmm.
It's good to have these debates in public, because what we normally have is one side gets to say something and that's it. Basically, the Democrats get to say something and the press comes out there and goes, if the Republicans say anything against this, they're fucking racist, homophobic, trans-hating murderers. They like to kill children and rape puppies.
And want the Handmaid's Tale.
And want the Handmaid's Tale. So having the actual debate is a good thing. Let the people see how fucking retarded the liberal ideas are when they're held up to any scrutiny. Mighty Balzac, thank you. How does Newsom keep his scales so young and supple? He learned from the one black person he ever met to use lotion.
And by lotion, it's blood of the innocent.
Pretty sure it's sperm. Anyway.
Numbers from our own Border Patrol. Are the American people being lied to?
I don't think they're being lied to. The Biden administration put out a comprehensive plan day one when he got sworn into office 3 years ago. And the Republican.
Didn't we just see the results of that comprehensive plan on a display on the screen?
Nope, you saw nothing.
Telling us 1.7 million people got away?
Oh, it's much more than that, Monkey. You know that.
6 million encounters? Thank you, the border wall, for that feminist $12. Woo. They are right. I haven't seen anybody come through. Wait, I forgot to take my sleep mask off. Holy shit, so many came through. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, you just see the destruction in their wake, all the trash and poop and all that. You never actually see them because, let's face it, the Border Patrol's helping them cross.
Ebony asks, thank you for the donation, Ebony. Was anyone really shocked by the outcome of this debate? Yes, honestly, I was. I expected Newsom to come in there and at least be more polished than he was.
Yeah, from all the clips I've seen, it was very amateur hour on his part. I think he thought DeSantis was going to be even less prepared, which is pretty impressive.
I've seen internet debates that are better than this.
Yeah, this was embarrassing for Newsom.
All right.
Republican Party didn't touch it. They haven't moved on it. They play politics with us. And I'll be honest with you. I think there's probably one person I wouldn't listen to on this topic more than the guy that I'm standing next to, Ron DeSantis. He lacks any credibility on the issue of immigration. When he was in Congress, he supported amnesty. When he's in Congress, you supported John Boehner's bill. It's a fact. When you were in Congress, you supported Obama's. You supported Obama's efforts to advance comprehensive reform.
False.
Wait, did he just say that he advanced Obama's ideas as a bad thing? I mean, I don't know what DeSantis did when he was in Congress. He was a fucking Florida House member. I didn't keep an eye on the guy. But is he really trying to use "you supported Obama" as a slap against DeSantis in this debate?
That's kind of how I heard it.
All right. I mean, okay.
The last guy you want to talk to on the immigration, your immigration policy can best be described as a governor from the state of Florida going into another state, the state of Texas, lying to migrants, promising them jobs and housing, sending them to an island, Martha's Vineyard, and then sending them to a parking lot in Sacramento, California.
I'm pretty sure Ron's stated policy on this, if he should get the keys to the White House, is to shoot him dead. I'm not wrong on that, am I?
I don't know. Don't give me hope.
He is, whether he could actually do it or not, that is his stated policy. We will shoot them. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. So yeah,
my hopes and dreams, maybe.
Your policy is to go into Texas and to lie to these criminals and send them up to where our rich friends live. Yeah, ain't that a bitch? We're all your sanctimonious pieces of shit who support illegal immigration would have had to deal with their own shit. Let's be honest about what you're mad about there, Gavin. It wasn't that DeSantis sent them up to Martha's to an island. It was which island he sent them to.
Yeah, if it were me, it'd have been Alcatraz, but nobody listens to me.
I think Martha's Vineyard's the perfect place for him.
Well, yeah, like I said, I mean, I would like to turn several islands into prisons for these people, but I'm not in charge. Martha's Vineyard seems like a really nice place for them to be held prisoner.
And these people have, wait, we just can't house all these people. It's one of the richest areas in the world, and you guys can't figure out how to throw up a quick shelter?
No, that they don't do real work. You know who does all that? The migrants.
I've seen the Amish put together a barn in a day.
Yeah, but they work for a living, like manual labor stuff, not like the rich people in Martha's Vineyard who have people for that.
Well, again, hire those people.
Those are the people they're trying to get rid of. They're the illegals.
They just don't want them in their little playground.
Well, of course they don't. They don't want the dirty poor coming in. They don't want Walmart shoppers, or middle class, much less illegals.
Yeah. And then don't even get me started on their climate change crap, considering they're all on the climate change bandwagon, but they won't let hey, that windmill, I might have to look at that if I look out the wrong window of my house.
Right.
Anyhow. All right, where are we here?
Met with those migrants that you lied to under false pretense. That kind of
Lied to under false pretense.
Yeah, like you do.
Isn't that a double negative?
Yeah, but Captain Car Salesman is talking right now.
You lied to him under false pretenses. That's a double negative. That means he was telling him the truth, sir. For the record, Mr. Newsom, once they were bussed up to Martha's Vineyard, DeSantis didn't have anything else to do with them.
Yeah.
It was Martha's Vineyard who shipped them to the parking lot in your state, sir.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, real quick. Thank you, Barbara Gordon. Fuck DeSantis. He's up on stage with the fuck that shot me. Tough on crime, my crippled ass. Now, you're mistaking Newsom for the Joker again.
Yes,
easy mistake to make, but not quite the same person. Thank you, Barbara.
Why is his hair so greasy?
It's his natural ooze. Like all slimy creatures.
Your hair shouldn't always look wet, gentlemen.
No, that's not cool. Women do not find that attractive. They find it kind of gross.
Ooh, greasy. Tasty. What are you, Foodie Beauty?
Oh, he's gonna grease me next. Ooh. Nice Foodie Beauty reference, by the way.
Thank you.
using human beings as pawns, I think is
He's not about to say what he's about to say.
Yes, he is about to say what he's about to say.
No. Yes. Keldrick, thank you so much. I, for one, only approve of lying to someone under honest pretenses. Any other lying is just reprehensible, really. I'm with you on that. I think you and I probably went to the same upbringing school. All right, I got to take this back because there's no way he's about to say what he's about to say.
Oh, you know he is.
Gamesmanship, using human beings as pawns, I think is disqualifying. So again,
he said it.
He did.
The left has been doing nothing but using illegals as political pawns since basically 2015. Pre-2015, even though nobody ever did anything about it, Jack, on the campaign trail, everybody said we had to fix immigration and do something about the illegals. Everybody. And mostly it was secure the border. And then Donald Trump says that, and suddenly, like, oh my God, there's no such thing as an illegal person. Our sanctuary cities. None of that is using them as political pawns.
No, because those are people, monkey. Sanctuary is an idea.
All right.
I don't know. People are fucking nuts.
I'm not sure how he didn't get hit by lightning when he just said that, but all right.
Well, the devil has certain powers.
Doesn't he kind of look? In all honesty, if the devil were real, and look, Christians, I don't know if he is or not, agnostic over here. I don't make that judgment, but let's say he is. Don't you think he'd look like Ron DeSantis? Sorry, whoops. Gavin Newsom. I'm looking at Newsom, and I said DeSantis' name. Don't you think he would look just like that smarmy motherfucker on the right there?
I think he would have a striking resemblance. The Antichrist would probably be a little less so, but the devil himself, yeah, would have a car salesman kind of look.
And can I just say that Fox News, you kind of fucked up here. You have the red background behind DeSantis, the blue behind Newsom, but you have them on the wrong sides of the stage. Shouldn't Newsom be on the left here? I think that's what's fucking me up.
What do you think? Fox knows what they're doing these days?
Curious. Thank you so much. I strive to one day be as happy as the rich white women deporting illegals from Martha's Vineyard. I know, right? They have it so rough there. The only time they want illegals there is when they need a babysitter.
Yeah, or a gardener.
Or yeah, that's true. Jesus does good work. All right. I still think there should be a gardening service run by a Mexican that says you need Jesus. That should be their catchphrase. I'm just saying. All right.
And a guy who stands here, who's been out on the Republican debate stage saying, well, he's going to be tough. He's going to shoot people with backpacks and that he has a strategy.
Monkey, you're on board with shooting people with backpacks, aren't you?
I'd say I hadn't heard the shit about shooting people with backpacks, but now I'm voting for DeSantis.
I'm listening.
Are you trying to sell me on this guy?
Maybe. He may be accidentally slipping into his car salesman mode.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah. All right. Me and Ron are on the shoot people with backpacks brigade. Now somebody's going to get shot with a backpack and they're going, hey, listen to Monkey Show. And then we're going to be famous, Jack.
Yay.
Don't shoot people with backpacks, all right?
I'd rather be rich. Like, share, subscribe, give us money.
Yeah, mock them instead. Here we go.
To potentially even invade our second largest trading partner, Mexico, that has a record of supporting amnesty and supporting.
All right. Let me ask you a question, Jack. How many countries did we invade over 3,000 of our countrymen getting killed?
I don't know.
Iraq and Afghanistan were both invaded after 9/11.
Uh-huh.
How many people died of fentanyl last year?
A lot more than 3,000.
We had like 70,000 ODs.
Does that mean we're going to invade Mexico and China?
Well, he's here like, well, we're just going to invade our. They need to lock up their shit, lock it down. And if they don't, then we need to go in there and do it. I'm sorry. That's where I'm at right now. This is a country that has literally made up pamphlets telling their people how to get different benefits when they come up to America illegally.
Yes. I mean, I get it. But at the same time, these people need our stuff, Monkey. We have to give them all of our stuff. By the way, I have an article about an Army vet that was kicked out of his hotel room for his nursing home to make room for migrants.
No, that would never happen.
Yep, Army veteran. Yeah.
All right, back to retard here.
reforms under the Obama administration is the last guy to be standing on stage talking about the issue of immigration reform tonight.
Well, I'll tell
Again, are you coming out against Obama? Because, I mean, a lot of Obama's policies are the things that you were just saying. Biden passed comprehensive things and the Republicans wouldn't let it happen.
Comprehensive. Yeah. Why is that always a word for sneaking in new stuff?
Comprehensive is just a word they use because they know stupid people think it actually means something.
Yeah. Well,
It should, but it doesn't anymore.
yeah. Well, it just means you're going to get fucked in new and innovative ways when they finally reveal what was hidden in it. Oh, real quick.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Alan, for the generous donation. Morning, Jack. Morning, Alan. Hope you're doing well.
it's deja vu all over again with that flurry of lies. This is a guy that says the Biden administration is not lying to the public about the border. They go to the White House briefing room every day. They say the border's secure. They are lying to you. We know that that's not true. Gavin Newsom is lying to you when he says somehow I supported these things, which I didn't do. He's also lying to you about what it's going to take to solve this problem. California is a sanctuary state. They thumb their nose at federal immigration law.
True. 100% true. California is a sanctuary state with sanctuary cities in it. It's sanctuception there.
And this has real consequences. There was an illegal alien, Herbert Nixon Flores, who was in LA, in custody. He was a repeat criminal. ICE wanted to take him into custody because then they would be able to deport him. LA refuses to work with ICE, and so they wouldn't turn him over. They end up releasing him on the street. He ends up murdering the mother of a 3-year-old little girl.
Wait, did you see that? Wait a second. Go back. Da, 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 da. All right. Now that we know where the story's headed, watch Newsom's face. We should be on my good internet, so it shouldn't be too choppy. But look at how he has to repress a smile at the mother.
He smirks throughout this thing.
But this is at the mother of a 3-year-old being murdered.
Well, he's a psychopath, dude. He probably is like getting half a chub right now.
Thank you, Mexico says, I'll trade you that imaginary bridge for this pamphlet on how to get imaginary money. Except for them, the money that they get is absolutely real.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any backing anymore.
No, but if you're old, guess why your Social Security is not going to go up this year?
Yeah.
And so they wouldn't turn him over. They end up releasing him on the street. He ends
up here. He is fighting a smile.
That was choppy as shit. You're going to have to take it back a little further because it doesn't actually pick up the video for like 3 seconds.
It's to work with ICE, and so they wouldn't turn him over. They end up releasing him on the street. He ends up murdering the mother of a...
Look at that.
Yeah, he's absolutely grinning. A sick fuck, man.
He's fucking grinning. And he has to pull it back in as this when DeSantis finishes.
Is that him? Yeah, that's him, isn't it? Is that him? I don't know anymore. I can't tell. Where am I? Am I in the back rooms?
Hi.
Oh, there you are.
Did you miss me?
Yeah, I was scared. I was scared because I wasn't sure if I got abducted. Oh, hey, Retro. Or what?
Hang on. Let me see if we got a storm coming through. If we do, we'll just switch to the choppier video because I really don't care. I mean, we can always pause at the faces that I want to.
He does this weird smirk thing a lot, and it really comes off as smarmy.
It does. He comes across as, oh man, there's a huge storm headed this way. Wait, is that coming? Wait, is that coming to me or you? Yes. You see the storm? Holy shit. Oh, cool. Fuck, it's not hitting me. You're about to get fucked, though, Jack.
Oh, yeah, that sounds right.
There's a massive storm headed your way. All right, so we'll just have some interruptions. It's the Starlink. It happens. All right, ready?
Sure.
See him bring that smile back in.
A 3-year-old little girl. Those policies are deadly.
It is amazing how he's guys. I got to throw this one into chat, guys. What's the timestamp on this right here? 3:30ish. If you're not seeing this very well, watch this shit. Look at this piece of shit having to hold in his smile, and he can't do it. He can't. He has to catch it like 4 or 5 times in that 3 seconds there, Jack. We're talking about the murder of an American citizen by an illegal. God damn it.
Yep.
Anyway, this is an illegal who had been captured in Los Angeles, and they refused to give him up. He was already a criminal. Oh, it's okay. An American got killed. An American got killed. Yeah, we are going choppy. We'll just fuck it because I don't really care about seeing these guys all that well. Dun, dun, dun.
Did Newsom's wife fuck Harvey Weinstein?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm okay. That's actually an understatement.
Yeah,
I'm excellent. I've cleaned poop for a day and a half.
Well, yeah,
all right.
Welcome to hell.
Back to shitbag.
Do not work. And I'll tell you this. The Martha's Vineyard transport, Martha's Vineyard said it was a sanctuary jurisdiction. Kind of reminds me about.
How dare you bring up that?
Sanctuaries.
We didn't mean it. We just said that for political clout. Look at the little bastard smiling and laughing at this part. What a piece of shit. All right. Somehow this leads to him telling DeSantis that he's losing his own state. I'm not sure how we get there. All right.
About Gavin Newsom when he restricted Californians, then he went to the French Laundry. These liberal elites, they like to impose burdens on you. They don't want to have to face the consequences of their actions. So we've got a lot of elites.
Yeah. That's literally what's happening in the whole illegal debate. And it was exposed by this.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy to sit in your fucking mansion in New York or Massachusetts or even Chicago and be like, look, that's not really a problem. We need these people. Who's going to pick our fruits for us? And then when you actually have to deal with them, oh my God, it's a problem. We need Biden in here to fix this shit immediately. What? Why are you letting this happen to us? Did you see what Ron DeSantis pulled with his little political stunt? Yeah.
Who want open borders, who lecture everybody else about it. And the minute they have to deal with any of the consequences, oh man, all hell breaks loose.
How about the consequences?
Hold on.
How about we
We're
have
moving
one
on.
set of
We're
rules
moving
for
to the
every
next
American?
question.
We'd be much better
On
off
the
as a
same
country if
topic.
that were the case.
On the same topic, this is important. This is a very important question. While some migrants I know.
Real quick. Thank you, Lori Lightfoot. Look, I needed my hair done or else you wouldn't think I was beautiful. Yes. And you were oh so pretty.
Oh, so pretty. Best looking Demi Gorgon on season 4 of Stranger Things. Yes.
Fair enough.
Important. This is a very important question.
I'm sure it is.
While some migrants I know want to come to America for a better life for themselves and their family, find the American dream, I totally sympathize with them. Many good people fleeing very bad situations abroad. But others are abusing the asylum process. And in the process, in search of where they're coming from, we're now learning that many are coming from some of our top geopolitical foes, countries with little to no vetting, or people that are coming in. They're not being vetted.
They can't be vetted. They're illegal. And 1.7 million of them got away.
Minimum. Yeah.
That's known. Yes, known. 1.6. How would you even vet that?
It's impossible.
We got the Walmart CCTV footage here.
See, Mayorkas, he called up Miss Cleo.
Oh,
and
there you
said,
go.
I need to know. And she was like, I help you, child. And I can't do a Jamaican accent.
These numbers between October 2021, October 2023, border agents encountered 6,386 nationals from Afghanistan, 3,153 from
Is he gonna read all
Egypt,
these?
659 from Iran, the #1 state sponsor of terror, 538 from Syria, 12,605 from Russia, and a whopping 26,113 from China.
Well, why would we be worried about Chinese people sneaking across the border?
Yeah, and that's a staggering number considering how little they've actually told us about people coming in. The Iranians, I bet that's a much higher number because, let's face it, they blend in easier. Chinese people do not blend in with people from the south hemisphere of America at all.
I'm just wondering why they're sneaking over instead of just getting jobs with Democratic lawmakers.
There's always so many jobs available.
Maybe.
Now,
It's just nobody wants to fuck Swalwell.
Yeah. Well, I mean, can you blame him? He farts a lot.
Thank you, Assassin of the Gray. I do not care why they want to come. We are full up. Now get your glasses so you don't give half to Galactus Jack. My glasses are right there. I've had a rough day. I'm not putting them damn things on. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thanks, Assassin.
The next question goes to you, Governor Newsom. What are the odds that Biden's open borders have allowed terrorists and terror cells unvetted into this country? Is that
100%?
They don't. The problem, I think, is that most of these people are so arrogant that they don't care. They don't think anything bad will happen. They really do believe the line that these people are just coming here for a better life. And they don't care what happens to American citizens. So, okay, so few terrorists got through, so what? They really don't give a shit because they think they're immune.
a clear and present danger to every American?
The odds are 100%. Of course, our enemies are going to take advantage of this. He opened the border. He's not. He's violating his oath of office to take care that the laws are faithfully executed. He's knowingly having 8 million come in. And yes, there's criminal aliens. There are terrorists. There's a lot of fentanyl. That we've had tens of thousands of fentanyl deaths. I've met a lot of angel parents who have lost kids to fentanyl overdose. And the problem is, you'll have a college kid that may take some pill not knowing that there's fentanyl in it.
That's not the problem. The problem is fentanyl, sir. I realize that is a problem, but it's not like if you know you're taking fentanyl that it's good to take fentanyl. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, I mean, look, accidentally taking fentanyl, they have been putting in other stuff lately.
Sure.
So that is a concern, but there's plenty of people that are just taking straight up fentanyl. How about we do something about that?
My problem is with the language, and we've seen this. Lots of people talk about this. We've talked about it. It is an issue that people are ODing on fentanyl that did not realize they were taking fentanyl. But the problem isn't that they didn't realize it. It's fentanyl itself that's the fucking problem.
Yeah. But they're not going to do anything to fix it because they don't give a shit. They want people dependent on the government. And if you're hooked on drugs and you need to go to rehab and you're poor, who's going to pay for that? Oh, yeah, the government. So you're going to be dependent on them. That's what they want. They don't give a shit about whether people are dying of this. These people are better than you. They don't fucking care.
DeSantis should have wrapped up his answer before he got to the fentanyl, though, because the question is just, are terrorists sneaking over and what are the odds of it? And he says 100%. Of course, our enemies are going to take advantage of it. Full stop.
Yeah, they never can do that, though. Real quick. Thank you, Shio. Texan here. What's wrong with pew-pewing on site? They're crossing illegally. Crimes have punishments. Think they'll keep coming if we get serious? YouTube refused to let me or the wife super chat this, so you benefit more. Well, thank you, Shio. But yeah, I personally don't have a problem with it. We don't know what these people are doing. This is an invasion. It's an invasion with numbers, and this is cannon fodder, and we've seen it before in history. If you want to take over land, get a bunch of people there to take over neighborhoods. Start there and slowly expand out. What are we seeing over in Europe? The migrants are going in and creating enclaves. They're creating their own. They don't want to be Europeans. They want to just spread their culture over there.
We have that here too. I mean, Dearborn, Michigan, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, and then you end up in no-go zones, and then they become a political voting base, and they're leeching off the system on top of that.
Fentanyl, thank you. Hey, Monk, I heard you're having trouble sleeping. Let me help you out. Now I'm going to pass. Thanks. Appreciate it, though.
And then right there, that can be fatal. They're poisoning our people. And Joe Biden is sitting on his hands. He refuses to take care of the border. He refuses to hold the drug cartels accountable. This is
dude, the guy standing right next to you, he's not doing anything to secure his southern border either. Like Abbott's doing down there with the razor wire.
Yeah.
You don't hear California doing that shit.
No, they're never going to either. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They don't care how shitty their state is.
So by all means, because the question is about Biden, take the shot at dipshit right next to you, man.
You'd think so.
The vision of Biden, Harris, Newsom, open borders, Americans suffer, and Americans continue to die because of fentanyl overdose. There will be, unfortunately, a terrorist attack at some point that we'll be able to trace back to our southern border.
God forbid. By the way, do you see that risk, Governor Newsom?
Hold on.
Governor,
I mean,
do you see the risk?
Joe Biden put out not only a comprehensive plan, he consistently puts up plans. Hold on, no, but Sean,
is there a risk?
I can't answer your question. I gotta say something else. Hey.
I just gotta use the word comprehensive and other buzzwords.
I'm going to answer your question. I support border security. I think the asylum system is broken. I believe.
I bet you and I think the asylum system's broken in entirely different ways.
Oh yeah. Let them all in. He says. I say if we're letting too many asylum seekers in.
That we need.
I understand that.
I'm the only guy here that's a border state governor. You're trolling folks and trying to find migrants to play political games, to try to get some news and attention so you can out Trump. And by the way, how's that going for you, Ron? You're down 41 points in your own home state.
At least
on the issue of immigration.
Yeah, at least he has the balls to stand up to run against Trump. You don't have the balls to run against Biden. Instead, you're here licking them. Apparently he's getting ready to answer. So that's where I was wondering where this you're down 41 points in your own state came from, because nothing they're talking about is actually election result related. But this is what I was talking about with watching him tonight. He came in here almost like he was gonna do a debate bro kind of debate, and it just made him look really bad. Because that shot there, yeah, you'll be able to play that. And what did you change with that?
He'll get invited to more parties at celebrities' houses,
I guess.
Joe Biden put a $14 billion immigration package up in front of Congress, 2,300 border agents, as well as custom officials, 1,000 new law enforcement officers to deal with the fentanyl issue. And by the way, that's a major issue in your state, 41% higher overdose rates than the state of California. And here's what I haven't heard, not a peep from Ron DeSantis. They want to demagogue this issue, want to play politics.
What else is in that bill, sir?
Yeah, and DeSantis can't even vote on that, by the way. He's a governor.
He's a governor.
With issues. You don't want to solve this issue. Why don't you lead your party and support that $14 billion?
Hold on. Hey, Sean Hannity.
Yeah, why don't you spend that $14 billion? It's not going to do anything. And fuck off. All right. Maybe the illegals will get nicer phones, Jack.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, free stuff is all that matters.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
Quick. Thank you, Vol Potato. That's what China's doing. They're building villages in Indian land and forcing civilians to live there. China has literally built a whole damn city on an island owned by Vietnam. It's basically impossible to reconquer because of that. Yep. They're also building fake islands to say that they own the waterways.
Yep. Biden's balls. Thank you so much. Who says, "Get off my nuts, Newsom. You're way too old to hold me tight." Fair. Biden likes the little girls. All right, Jack. So we did that one. Let's see.
Now, Ron said that Biden's sitting on his hands. That's not true because even Biden doesn't want to touch poop.
That's true. Well, we don't know. He might sniff it.
Well, no, it's not the hair of a young child unless he's pooping that out.
Let's see. We can do state migration. Let's do this one. This is Newsom shreds, or sorry, DeSantis shreds Newsom on lies. That'll be interesting. I think, maybe, hopefully. Seriously, look at him. He looks like the fucking devil. And Ron, why your fake smile looks like you're holding in a fart, dude. Will somebody at the DeSantis camp please teach this guy how to smile?
All right, welcome back to the great blue state, red state debate with Governor Gavin Newsom, Governor Ron DeSantis. Again, thank you both for being here. We're going to take a little breathing room. I don't mind the debate taking on a life of its own, but let each other breathe. I don't want to be the hall monitor. Please don't turn me into that. Anyway, let's
Please don't make me do my job.
Yeah, how dare you make me moderate this debate? I'm the moderator. Fuck. Why is there a star on his flag lapel pin?
You got a gold star for being a good little suck-up boy.
All right.
It's probably from a gold star
FBI
family. Somebody gave it to him.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
numbers, violent crime nationally for each of your states. Keep in mind, this statistic shows what is the combined rate of homicide, rape, robbery, aggravated assault, the year 2022. On the national level, the rate was 380.7 offenses per 100,000 people. In California, meanwhile, the rate was much higher, 499.5 offenses per 100,000. In Florida, lower, 258.9 offenses per 100,000.
Now, the reason they pick those crimes, those are the violent crimes. They like to point, when you have the discussion on crime rates, hey, there's a lot more crime in like Mississippi. And they're talking about shit like somebody peed on somebody's doorstep.
Real quick, thank you, Pork Chop. Monk is just jealous that Gavin gave me uses me as a hairbrush.
Fair enough.
Ew. Although I could see that. I mean, he does look like I'm gonna let that one go.
Oh,
thank you, Pork Chop.
Nasty looking.
Governor Newsom, let me start with you. Your numbers are way higher than the national average. How do you explain that when safety and security, I would argue, is a prerequisite for the pursuit of happiness?
Thank you, Darth Mondo, for becoming a member. I really, really do appreciate it.
Woo!
All right, Jack. This is time for one of our impromptu polls between me and you.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think he's going to, A, answer the question, B, not answer the question? By the way, the answer is B.
Yeah, I'm going with B either way. Because
I haven't seen this, but given what we've seen so far, there's no fucking way he's answering, hey, how come your state sucks so much? But let's see. Maybe I'm wrong.
I agree with you more. We're near 50-year lows, down 55% violent crimes in the state of California from the 1990s.
From the crack epidemic? That's where you're going to?
Yes. Crack, fentanyl, both killed a lot of people. But he was kind of okay with it then, too, I'm sure.
Where are you from 10 years ago?
Shh, we don't look at those numbers.
If we go back 30 years, shit was a lot worse.
If we go back to the 1992 riots, everything looks sunny comparatively to that.
Hey, fucknut, how many people have been governors since then? You don't get to take credit for that. All right. Anyway, it still doesn't answer the question of why you're so much worse than the rest of the country.
Look, when you don't know an answer, you tap dance. That's what we've all learned from Fred Astaire.
You're a third higher than the rest of the country. You know, it's better than the 90s, bruh.
And I want to compare and contrast that with the issue in Florida that you didn't mention, and that's the murder rate. And let's broaden it more broadly. The issue is 7 out of the
Those
top
numbers were
10.
He literally included the homicide rate there, homie.
But that was not the murder rate, Monkey. That's the homicide rate.
I want to talk about the one thing you did. I'm not going to answer your question. I want to talk about what you didn't say about them that you did say.
The murder rate. And let's broaden it more broadly. The issue is 7 out of the top
those numbers
10,
were part of the murder rate.
7 of the top 10 murder rates in the United States of America are red states. He has a 66% higher gun death rate than the state of California.
Gun death rate.
Well, he changed it. Way to move the goalpost there.
Yep.
Went from murder rate to, specifically gun crime.
7 of the highest murder rates are in red states. Again,
that's a problem too.
But what they're pointing to, okay, yes, the murder rate is, I think Mississippi's like one of the highest, right? The murder rate in Mississippi is higher, but there's a shit ton less people there. So a lot more people are murdered in California than in Mississippi. You have more people murdered, motherfucker.
Oh, look at you playing funny games with the numbers, Monkey, using your statistics and percentages. Oh, you're evil, man.
Look, he's pointing out that there's higher murder rates. So if you come to California, you're less likely to get murdered than you will if you go to Mississippi. However, you're going to get gang raped and violently robbed and beaten and left for dead. They just won't actually kill you. It's a much better system.
Yeah, they're just going to carjack you at gunpoint. They won't actually shoot you. You won't actually die. They'll shoot you. They'll give you a flesh wound. They'll hit you in the meaty parts.
They'll cripple you.
Yeah, and now I cannot get it out of my head that he combs his hair with a pork chop.
I mean, it makes sense.
It kind of does, but it's a haunting image. I just picture him in front of one of those big vanity mirrors with like 3 sides to it, and he's just got the soft lighting, and like Angel in the Morning is playing in the background as he lovingly brushes his hair with a meaty pork chop. That's going to haunt me all night.
Sidnicky says also includes self-defense. Well, it depends on which word you're using. Self-defense is included in homicide numbers. Murder is a different beast. And you will see liberals switch those two interchangeably all the fucking time. Same with gun death rates.
Yeah.
Where they include suicides, which are more than 2/3 of the number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
California has a higher murder rate. Go to places like Jacksonville. Go to places like Orlando. Go to places like Tampa. The murder rate's off the charts compared to cities like San Francisco. And you know what?
You named 3 cities in Florida and only 1 in California. Why is that, sir? How come you didn't throw out the LA one? How about that?
You know why.
Yeah, I know. How about Oakland? How's that doing these days?
Yeah, what's Compton up to?
What even more egregiously, Sean, and I think this is important, the American people deserve an answer from you, Ron. You had one of the worst mass shootings in American history, Parkland. 17 kids were gunned down, lives lost, 17 others, lives torn asunder. You had a young girl by the name of Jamie Gutenberg, whose father pleaded with you to do something about it. And you know what you did? You did the exact opposite. You made it easier for felons to get guns without background checks, without any training.
All right. Let's test our history knowledge here before DeSantis gets to answer this. Jack,
Okay.
when was the Parkland shooting?
Is that 2019?
2017.
2017? I should guess that.
When did Ron DeSantis become governor of Florida?
2020?
2018.
2018. Oh.
Yeah, he wasn't the governor when it happened. Sin Nikki, thank you. Said that monk. Gavin specifically said gun death rate. Gavin said homicide, murder, and gun death rate. So I hear you, but yeah, he said all three. Anyway, and just to go to my point that they use them interchangeably. Fucking shitheads. But thank you for the donation. All right. So you had a father beg you to make the all right.
These people pleaded with the parents and the families to get tough on gun safety. And again, you made it easier for felons. He said of you, Ron, and I agree with him.
All right. Let's test our history again. The Parkland shooter was A felon, B, a juvenile with no felony record.
B.
You made it so felons could get guns. I don't know about the Florida laws there, but what does that have to do with anything?
Nothing to see here.
If you want to bring up a failure of Parkland, how about locking people up into asylums when they've said crazy shit?
Yeah, or how about school resource officers that don't run and hide?
All right.
Also, you notice he went to Parkland, but not the Pulse nightclub shooting where 49 people died.
Oh yeah, because you got to dance on the grave of kids, man.
Yeah, and ignore the Muslim shootings.
After you signed that concealed carry bill, which increases the likelihood, Fred Guttenberg said, of more Jamies losing their lives and more.
According to the dad, what's he a fucking expert in? Again, sorry, what? I'm sorry. This dad who's like, oh, it's going to increase shootings. Fuck you. What do you know? You're just speaking from a place of emotion.
Okay. Let's take another quick poll base. Man, he's just setting me up for these. The Parkland shooter would not have shot anybody if Ron DeSantis had passed a bill after the Parkland shooting took place. A for true, B for false. The Parkland shooter would not have shot anybody if Ron DeSantis had passed a bill after the shooting.
Well, it had already been committed, so yes, he wouldn't commit any more crime because he was in jail, so he couldn't commit another shooting. Also, time travel would be involved in any other scenario. So
what the fuck is he even talking about here?
I don't know. He's trying to make it look like Ron was governor at the time. I honestly think he doesn't know that Ron wasn't the governor then.
I really do hope DeSantis slaps him with that, but well, here, let's take another one. The Parkland shooter would definitely have still shot people with concealed carry gone, or definitely would not have shot people with concealed carry gone.
Well, look, that would be illegal, and the guy wasn't going to do anything illegal, right?
Right. He was just going to go murder 17 people, so he would have stopped if he knew it was illegal to sneak the guns in.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't want to commit a felony.
Yeah, that would be. That's
Also,
an extra 5 years for any crime you committed.
Yeah, and we're just speculating because, like Emma Gonzalez said, we don't know him. So that's why they had to bully him so much, was so he didn't commit these. Wait, no, that's not.
He might have had some PIM particles so he could go back and forth in time. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. Fuck, Jesus. Who falls for this shit? Seriously.
Parklands, he called you weak, pathetic, and small. So with respect, I appreciate you're talking to police officers in the state of California. You may want to spend a little bit more time, not on the Ohio Trail and other places across this country. You may spend a little more time back in your home state and address the murder and gun violence in your own backyard.
So this is the slick politician. You put up the rates. He has 500 per 100,000. Florida is 250. So that's almost twice as much. And he's trying to spin that to say California's doing good. People are leaving California in droves, largely because public safety has collapsed. They have, I mean, you go, when Californians come to Florida, one of the things they'll say, it's almost like an out-of-body experience. They can go to the store, get toothpaste off the shelf, pay for it, and leave, because in a lot of these places in California, everything's under lock and key because they basically legalized retail theft.
True story.
Yep. Thank you, Keldrick. They never bring up parents that are against gun control in these debates.
Nope.
Nope. Because a lot of the parents are blaming the shooter and not the guns.
The only ones who ever get attention are the ones who blame the guns, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the press is biased, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
They have chosen in California to put the interests of the criminals over public safety. They're easier on sex offenders. They're easier on all these crimes that are leading to a collapse in the quality of life. And if you just walk around San Francisco.
Wait, 1 second there, Ron. You said, they're making it easier on sex offenders. For quality of life for people like in Hollywood and San Francisco, that actually does help their quality of life.
yeah, because they're a bunch of fucking pedos and perverts.
Yeah. So it doesn't make it right, but you just got to be careful with that one, Ron, because he is playing to his constituency there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And they are passing legislation to decriminalize a lot of sexual activity, like touching kids and knowingly giving people the HIV. So it's not a crime anymore, Ron.
You will see, and I think it's interesting. Gavin Newsom was mayor of San Francisco. So he took the San Francisco model, turned that into a template for California's collapse. Now the left wants to take the California model and use that as a template for America's collapse. We cannot let that happen.
I got a follow-up question. You brought up
Jacksonville, Florida, compared
Governor,
to San Francisco is 126% higher.
Governor, let me bring up
it's 84%.
The next question
higher.
dovetails
In
into
Tampa,
this.
it's 75% higher.
Okay, that's fine, but the question was about overall violent crime, and you're trying to pin it down to just murder rate. That's not to say it's good that the murder rate's high in these other places, Gavin, but I feel like a woman who's violently raped is not going to be, at least I wasn't murdered in Florida.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a woman. As a man, if I was violently raped, I would not be like, ooh, at least I wasn't killed in Florida. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Connor Betts, thank you so much. Monk, you guys forgot my traffic tickets. Red flag laws surely would have stopped me from shooting up Dayton, Ohio. I could have had more time to support Antifa if only the government took away your rights. Damn those fascists. Yeah, well, we don't talk about all the things that they fuck up. Yeah, I mean, all we need is more laws so the criminals will stop being criminals. Fucking retards.
Yeah, I don't think they understand what criminals are.
By definition, they don't give a fuck about your law.
What?
Let me also say,
what are you talking about when it comes to this?
I know you like to jabber.
By the way, those are all easily
I know you like to lie.
Anytime you're uncomfortable,
he put the statistics up there.
Those are all
your crime is higher. We know your crime is higher.
Gentlemen,
what are you
I'm going to move on.
Gun murder rate in your state.
We'll let the audience look at the numbers, the FBI numbers, and decide. According to the gun control advocate,
I don't know what was going on with the cameraman right there.
He doesn't know who to look at.
No, watch.
I don't know.
Look at the numbers, the FBI numbers, and decide.
For some reason, I think he was falling asleep.
Or he's laughing. I'm not sure.
Suddenly, Gavin rises way up.
Maybe Gavin's horns started showing for a minute.
Oh, his tail got excited. It lifted him.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like his satanic nature came out.
According to the gun control advocacy group, every town,
a horrible, horrible fucking group, by the way.
Yeah.
For gun safety. Okay. California has the most, as you support, I know, Governor, restrictive gun laws in the United States.
Yes.
Florida has the 19th most restrictive. Yet, if you look at the year 2019, when each of you took office, California has had 21 mass shootings. Florida has had 9.
Notice he didn't bring up any mass shooting except for Parkland. There have been 21 in his state, and the only one he could bring up was Parkland in a whole nother state.
Yeah, because that's the one that gets him in the newspapers.
And one that Ron DeSantis wasn't even governor for.
Hate fact.
it's almost like he's a lying piece of shit.
Almost, but he just assumes that linear time is a social construct. So once he's governor for all of time.
Now, that is according to a USA Today, AP, Northeastern University database data. Keep in mind, a mass killing is defined as the intentional killing of 4 or more victims.
You're fucking up there, Sean. This just says mass shooting. And that is the mass shooting, not mass casualty one. Just for the record, he's conflating things right there.
Well, Sean's not very smart, so.
Because remember, a lot of mass shootings don't end in mass death.
Yeah.
A lot of times, nobody dies.
That's Chicago.
Yeah. There's lots of times there's 4 or 5 people shot and nobody actually dies.
Excluding the deaths of unborn children and the offenders by any means within the 24 period of time. I believe Governor DeSantis, you get this first.
What California wants to do is they want to make it harder for law-abiding citizens to defend themselves. Then they go easy on the criminals who are perpetrating the crime.
Where's he wrong?
School to prison pipeline? I don't know.
I mean, that's the answer right there for California side of it.
They don't stand up for the men and women of law enforcement. That's why a lot of people have left the state, because they don't get the support from the communities that they need. And, Gavin told another lie. He said we made it easier for felons to do. Felons are not allowed to possess firearms. That's federal law. That's been long
No
standing.
background check.
That is an.
I didn't even catch that one. He's right.
Yeah.
He couldn't make it easier for felons to own a gun. They can't legally do so. Federal law trumps state law. Just it's the way it is.
No
Absolute lie that he's saying like that. That has nothing to do with buying or purchasing.
Wait, what's he saying there? I can't hear Gavin in there.
Not allowed to possess firearms. That's federal law. That's been long
No
standing.
background checks.
That is an
No background
absolute
checks for
lie
concealed
that he's saying
No
like that.
background
That has
checks.
nothing to do with buying or purchasing.
He's saying no background checks, and he says something else there, but it's not coming through.
Yeah, I can't understand him.
Yeah, so I don't know what he's talking about, but well, Gavin, sir, if it's illegal for felons to get a firearm, what's the issue? It's illegal. Nobody's gonna carry a concealed weapon if it's illegal to have a concealed weapon, right? That's what he was just talking with the Parkland dad wants you to make it so you can't carry a concealed weapon.
Yeah, he's bitching that they're not doing background checks, but what the piece of paper stopped them from even trying?
I'm just wondering how the law with felons not owning a firearm is somehow less effective than not being able to carry around a gun that nobody can see you even have. This is their problem anytime it comes to their, hey, we need this law. Criminals aren't going to listen.
What?
And in this case, he's blaming DeSantis for criminals not listening.
Man, if you can't trust criminals, who can you trust?
Purchasing a weapon. So that's just a lie,
True.
another lie that's coming up. But here's the thing. People are leaving California in droves.
Whoever's on the camera for Gavin is beaten off or something. They are swiping left on TikTok or something. I don't know what. I don't swipe left, Jack, so I probably screwed up that analogy, huh?
It was probably Tinder.
Well, yeah, probably. Little grinder going on in honor of Newsom there.
Yeah. Oh, hey, real quick. Thank you, Cult of Krill, for that feminist donation. Screw Newsom. I can't even buy socks at Walmart in California without spending 20 minutes trying to find an employee to try and find another employee that has the keys to the sock locker. Yeah, that sounds absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cult of Krill. You are 100% on target.
Did you see that picture? I forget what store it's from. But they took a picture of this one aisle of the healthcare department. The only thing not locked behind glass is suntan lotion.
Yeah.
Everything else is locked up.
Well, suntan lotion, I'm not rubbing all those chemicals on me. Might get cancer or something.
I have a feeling we're headed back to a time where like you're gonna tell the store owner what you want, and they're gonna go pull it out of the back.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. I'm surprised we aren't there yet. But that's how grocery stores used to be, and then they started introducing shopping carts and baskets and letting you do it yourself. Look where we are because of that. This is what you get when you have too much personal freedom. You know, you need to scan your face, and so your social credit score is approved, and then you can buy your toothpaste by telling the clerk what you want. Write it down on a slip of paper, hand it to them, and they go get it and see if you qualify. Wait, that's China. Yeah, I guess we're going that way.
It's his charm again. Camera guy can't keep his composure. Maybe the camera guy shook hands with Newsom before this and got all that grease on him. Just keeps slipping out of his hands.
Ew.
All right.
That's like I have pork chop grease all over my hands.
Because he has failed to stand up for public safety. They are on an ideological joyride to let people out of prison early, to go easy on them. Heck, your buddy, Gavin's buddy in Los Angeles, Gascon, he doesn't even prosecute. When you have, when I was in Southern California for the Reagan debate, a lot of the women tell me they have to take off all their jewelry just to be able to go shopping because otherwise they're going to get mugged. That is the reality that people are facing in California. Gavin can
and it's stuff like this that's going to win Ron this debate, no matter how well he did, because we can all see it.
Yeah.
By the way, did you see Laura Loomer came out and said Newsom won this?
Laura Loomer's not very smart.
Look, I really hope, and I don't know if he said something since, but I really hope Donald Trump just stays silent on this.
Yeah.
Because we know he's not going to say anything positive about Ron, and Gavin Newsom's a shitbag. And for a supposed conservative like Miss Loomer to come out and Gavin Newsom did so good, you could even say, hey, I think Ron didn't do very well, but Gavin won this. What the fuck is wrong with you?
What debate were you watching?
put lipstick on that pig, but the fact of the matter is he has failed the people of California.
Governor Newsom.
No, I love this guy talking about backing the blue when you dangled pardons for January 6 insurrectionists, 85 of them that were literally charged with attacking law enforcement. You talk a big game about backing the blue. With
Were all of those people charged with attacking police officers? Because I suspect that's probably not true.
I could see 85 out of that crowd. With what we saw, 85, I can see that. But correct me if I'm wrong here, but didn't DeSantis say that he'd give pardons to the people who were not involved in violence?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how I remember it.
So that wouldn't be those people.
Yes, but that's a hate fact.
Okay.
Because if you were there, that's violence of thought, Monkey. Your thoughts were violent because you wanted to overturn the freedom of democracy. Don't you dare question the election, you bigot.
All due respect to the crime rate, again, he's not answering the fact that he has a higher murder rate than the state of California, a 66% higher gun death rate than the state of California.
Gun death rate. Once again, gun death rate.
And I can easily answer this point. Gun safety saves lives. I don't think it. I know it. And the data bears that out in the state.
What? Where?
He wrote it down somewhere, so that makes it true.
Okay.
State of California. California proudly does lead in terms of common sense gun safety. Common sense gun safety saves lives. You had more than twice as many mass shootings your first year in office, sir.
Hate facts.
All right. All right.
The chance to do something meaningful. You had a chance to do something on behalf of those Parkland families. You did the exact opposite. You moved in the exact opposite direction.
Okay. So background checks for felons work or don't work. Sorry. But Parkland dad, he's an expert.
Yes, because
that
he's a victim, which gives him progressive stack points toward being an expert.
With all due respect, look at your own backyard, Ron.
So
You're not mining your backyard on this issue.
I will do that because we have we had two radical left Soros district attorneys, like your buddy Gascon in LA, one in Tampa, one in Orlando. They were in.
Did you see Gavin? I know it's probably choppy as shit, but when he mentions Gascon, he smiles a little bit and then quickly pulls it back in.
Like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, shit. Oh, that's the guy that got fired by the people. Whoops.
endangering the public, and I remove them from their posts. Gavin Newsom has not lifted a finger to rein in Gascon in LA. That city has collapsed. That county's collapsed because he is not enforcing the law. So that's just and here's the
Don't insult a great city by pointing out that the crime rate's through the fucking roof.
It's okay for him to do it, but not you.
Because you have a DEA out there who refuses to hold people accountable for violent crimes.
Well, they didn't commit a crime if they're not held accountable, right? That's how this works.
Great American city.
This is what's happening. That California model,
We're a little
that's
over
been
time.
done in Philadelphia,
15
Baltimore, all
15 seconds. We got to go break.
Come on. I mean, you're running for president of the United States. You're talking down the great state of California. You're talking down one of the great American cities.
Look, he's running for president of the United States as a Republican. California is meaningless to him. That's just fact.
Yeah, what would be the point? Because as a Republican, you're not going to get California.
In 2016 and 2020, as soon as California, their polls closed at 8 o'clock, they were called for the Democrat before a single precinct had reported in.
Yep.
So, how dare you talk bad about California? Shut up.
That's great
City's Los
American
Angeles.
city. I'll question your cities all day long, but you can't question mine.
California is a shithole, dude. It is.
Yeah.
That's insulting. And you're doing it because you're trying to obfuscate the facts that
Hey,
you
he said
have a higher
obfuscate.
murder rate in the state of Florida and the state of California.
We
have
gotta
some
take
of
a
the
break.
lowest crime rates we've had in
Crime
50
rates.
years.
Well,
Did you hear him say weights?
Yeah.
He went home with fun.
He's hunting wabbits.
He's hunting wabbits. Again, sir, the question to you, how long is this clip? 8 minutes and 41 seconds. Very early on, you were asked very specifically, why are your violent crime rates? Thank you so much, Kelder. He says, anybody with good sense will talk down to California. California should be a beautiful place, and it's been ruined by their politicians and the LA shitbags who run it. That's just truth. For you to accuse DeSantis of obfuscating when you refuse to even address the actual question is fucking insane. The question was, why is your violent crime rate so bad? And you're like, but what about the murders? The murders, man, the murders.
Look, he doesn't want to talk bad about a beautiful American city. Like this is a great American city. You can't point out crime rates because that's racist, monkey.
And yet he did it to three cities in Florida.
Yeah, well, those aren't great American cities. So
No,
you can
no,
talk bad about them.
Yeah, it's insulting if you do it about California. It's not insulting if you do it about the rest. Hey, Jack, I need to go check on the kitten. Could you talk to the folks for a little bit?
Sure can. What's up, folks? It's still sexy in there. I love it. Governor Porkchop can shit all over Florida because it's there, but DeSantis can offer facts and he's being insulting. Nothing like being an adult. Hopefully Gavin tries it sometime. Gavin will never try that. Responsibility is antithetical to people like him because he's a piece of garbage. Staying sexy there. Oh, good. Keep it up, Bubba. Hi, Paul. Being from SoCal, I resemble that remark. That's right. Megatron had to go check on Shockwave's pooping issue. So Starscream is once again in command. All right. So what's going on? Did you guys I mentioned that Army vet kicked out of the New York City nursing home to make room for migrants, which, by the way, is repulsive to me on so many fucking levels. Not only does this guy serve the country, he's in a fucking nursing home and they kicked him out, saying it's not fair that he was sent packing. Of course, it's not fair, dude. He was given less than 2 months' notice that he and 53 other seniors would have to move out of Island Shores residences in March. They had to make other living arrangements. Do you know how hard it is to find a place for an old person to go in? Because, especially if he doesn't have insurance, like beyond like Social Security. I feel horrible, the lifelong New Yorker told Fox News. It's no joke getting thrown out of the house. He then moved into another facility, but after he fell, he and his daughter decided it would be best for him not to move to move in with her and her children. She's not qualified to take care of them. I'm sorry. These people are cultural parasites. Megatron's kitten is fallen. Oh, that sounds adorable. A Korean veteran in hospice care. Yep.
Okay. Sorry about that. She's okay in there. She's just kind of sitting around. Let's see. We got a couple more we can watch, Jack. Oh, they added another one.
Oh, no.
Ron DeSantis says California empowers lawlessness and drug use. Isn't that kind of what we just watched?
A little bit.
Do we want to do the abortion one or do we want to do fossil fuels?
Fossil fuels is probably more relevant, but abortion ought to be hilarious too. So either way.
Okay, so if this, stop it.
No.
Oh, wait a second. Jesus Christ. YouTube for real. So I go over there, Jack, to go to the abort. There is an abortion context box on this.
Of course there is.
An abortion is a procedure to end a pregnancy. It uses medicine or surgery to remove the embryo or fetus and placenta from the uterus. The procedure is done by a licensed healthcare professional.
Oh, here, I thought you went to a shady back alley and got a wizard to do it.
Well, thank you for that, YouTube. I'm going to tell you, abortion, in my opinion, is straight up murder, and go fuck yourselves for having an information box for abortion, you douchebags. This is Kyle. Thank you so much, my friend. I live in California outside of LA. I've watched my town go from a mostly nice place to live with a very small bad area into a homeless-ridden shithole, and that bad area has become the whole town. Half to Jack. Thank you so very much, my friend. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know how you can look at LA and be like, yeah, it's a good place to live. Skid Row is now Skid half the county.
Yeah, that's not just a band anymore. Yeah, I made a Sebastian Bach reference.
You did indeed. All right.
Seemingly play a very large role in the future elections, and it's the issue of abortion.
Yes.
I have a question for both of you. I'll ask you to please respect the individual's right to answer uninterrupted.
They're not going to do that. Stop asking them.
Yeah.
And that is Governor DeSantis. I think it's actually your turn, Governor Newsom, if you don't mind.
All good.
Most medical professionals believe a baby is viable outside of a mother's womb by between 24 and 26 weeks. That is the general scientific consensus.
Isn't it 22 now?
I don't know. Scientific consensus changes by who's reading the thing. So
Modern Renaissance man. Ty, how you been, dude? It's been a minute. How have you been?
hi, Ty.
And he says to Mr. Jack, salute, sir. Ty, let me know if you want to hang out, man. It's been way, way too long. And I hope you've been well. Hope you've been very well. We're just watching these idiots talk about the abortion debate now from tonight. I don't know if you watched this whole debate. He's a bit political. I'm guessing he probably at least caught part of it. If you guys don't follow Modern Renaissance Man, please go over there and sub to his channel. He's a great guy. And even if we don't get to talk tonight, we got to talk soon. And I always love talking to that guy.
He's good people.
He's good people. He really is. All right. So let's back this up. He said derail coming in 3, 2, 1. He knew what was going to happen. Damn you, Ty. How dare you manipulate me like that?
Yeah, that's what it took.
That's what it's, yeah. It's so easy to get me off track. Cult of Krill, thanks so much coming through with that feminist $12. I'm not a native Californian. I moved here at the beginning of Newsom's regime. The rate of the decline is not linear. It is parabolic. Never elect a San Francisco mayor to be president. Thank you so very much for that. I am a native Californian. And I used to have a lot of pride in my state, Jack. Like, that's where I was born. And these days are like, yeah, look, I lived there for a little while when I was really young. I don't got nothing to do with that fucking place. I just happened to be where mom squirted me out. covered it and was super frustrated. I meant to derail Newsom. Oh, dude, man. I saw this part, and this is one of the reasons that I'm sitting here bored out of my mind, right, Jack? Because I'm on kitty duty. And I'm watching this part of it over because I saw Mikey was doing it. And that was the thing that popped up. So that's where I went to watch. And I caught this part, and I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. How can he get away with this shit? But here, let's go.
Ball outside of a mother's womb by between 24 and 26 weeks. That is the general scientific consensus. It changes. There are some variations on it. Abortion is legal in your state, quote, up to viability, is my understanding, unless the mother's health is in danger. I'd like to get you on.
I got to stop him there because that's not even true. And I saw somebody say that and maybe it's in this debate, maybe it's Newsom who says it, like they want to make sure and see the medical records, and that's not okay. Well, if you're going to tell me that it's for medical reasons, why are you so worried about saying, yeah, see, here's the slip that shows that there's preeclampsia? Every time there was a bill, I forget where they tried to pass it, but it said, all right, look, we'll let you have abortion up to birth for the health of the mother, but you have to let 3 doctors look at that. You don't have to let the public look at it. Just 3 doctors look and agree that it is a medical necessity. And you know what they said?
No.
Not just no, but hell no. How dare you make us prove that it's a medical thing? Because it's never a medical thing. Because in those cases where it's a medical thing, it tends not to be what we would classify as an abortion.
Yeah, you're full of hate.
I know. Anyway.
The record, you've been unwilling to answer this question. Should there be any restrictions on the issue of abortion that you support at all? Because funding in California.
All right. That's the main part of the question. Hannity goes and says more shit that we'll listen to in a second, but that's the question. Do you have any limits to what you believe or to when you believe abortion should be stopped? Is there any time where you're like, no abortion? Jack, how hard is that to answer?
Super duper hard, man.
Curious, thank you. Abortion directly contravenes the 14th Amendment. Quote, nor shall any state deprive any person of life without due process of law. I look forward to the day the very amendment Roe v. Wade rested on is properly used to fully ban child sacrifice. You got to remember, they don't see these as people, though.
Yeah, these are clumps of cells.
Clumps of cells, fetuses, zygotes, whatever you need to call it, that's not a human person.
Offerings to Moloch, you know.
These people don't have baby showers. They have clump of cell showers. All right, so Sean's going to finish answering his asking the question, but the question is simple. Do you believe in any limits?
California, you have allocated in your budget $265 million for abortion last year alone. My question, very specific.
That's right. California pays $2 million for abortions every year. Good job.
Specific. Do you support any restrictions at all on abortion, especially in months 7, 8, and 9, past viability?
I'm going to answer.
Any. All right, Jack, it's time for another poll. Do you think Gavin is going to A, answer the question simply and directly? B, no.
B, no. With obfuscation.
With obfuscation.
Also,
let's talk about the.
Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you, Evolved Potato. San Francisco is literally the place that the communists used as a staging ground for their attacks on America. Yep. The Soviets used it, and the Chinese use it to this day as their spying base in America.
Yep.
I think they're all branching out now. They have a lot of different commie sympathetic places to go to. But yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
That is the heart of it. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so
7, 8, and 9, past viability.
I'm going to answer that question, but let's talk about the issue of abortion. Let's talk about the issue.
You
of
going to
abortion.
answer it?
I'm going to answer that question.
All right, he says he's going to answer the question. So, our poll is still on. Yes, he's going to answer it, or no, he's not. He's now said he's going to answer it. Anybody want to change their votes?
But I think this is important, and it bears
Please,
repeating.
please. What's important?
Ron DeSantis has signed the most extreme anti-abortion bills in America.
Okay, that's fine. But you were asked about you.
But this isn't about me. This is about how evil Mr. DeSantis is. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
He signed a bill banning any exceptions for rape and incest. And then he said it didn't go far enough and decided to sign a 6-week ban before women even know they're pregnant, Ron, before
I had unprotected sex and my period hasn't come. I'm probably all right.
You're preggers.
women can even access a doctor's appointment. So extreme is your ban that
I don't know if you know this or not, homie. You don't need to go to an OBGYN to find out if you're pregnant. You can go to your family practitioner at any time because I need a pregnancy test and they can do it. It's a simple blood test they do.
They used to kill rabbits so the blood tests are evil. I don't know. This guy's a fucking idiot.
It takes 18 years to get into a doctor. What are you talking about, man? They can't even find out they're pregnant. They slutting it up out there, letting people drop loads in them, and they not sure if they're pregnant, and they can't go see a doctor. It takes too long.
Here's an idea. Maybe some personal responsibility where you don't just be a hoe.
Yeah. Exactly. Ty says, or pee on the stick, right? No. No.
Look, I've seen those things at dollar stores. Like Dollar Tree has pregnancy tests.
Yep.
If you fail that test, you should go to your doctor and be like, "Look, I got my Dollar Tree test said I'm preggers. Can you do this for me?" I mean, isn't that what Planned Parenthood allegedly does?
Yes.
So you could get affordable health care at a Planned Parenthood, and then they'll offer to vacuum it out of you. But it's not that fucking hard to find out if you're pregnant.
Before they can even get into the doctor, Ron. He's so
Before they go to the doctor. Where do they live? Are they going to witch doctors? There's a line. You got to go 4 villages over. What era does he think we live in?
Americans, I know you've been lied to for 50 years that abortion is a right. It's not. And stop falling for this nonsense, okay? If we have to have abortion, which I don't think we do, but if we have to, it really should be very, very rare. It should not be something that stars are going out there going, I wouldn't be able to sing like a goat if I hadn't had my abortion. None of that should be happening. It should not be cheered on the way it is. It should actually be a shameful fucking thing, okay?
Yeah, but we have too many people that belong to the death cult that celebrate the death of things. Clumps of stuff. We don't even recognize people as human beings anymore. So,
and that's part of this is that they've convinced you, they've taken the humanity out of humans for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
And then these same assholes will turn around and tell me that I'm dehumanizing illegals by saying they need to go the fuck home.
Yes, exactly. It's humans are humans when it's useful to them. This is an old commie trick to make you devalue people so that not only will you rat out your neighbors, but when they execute people, it doesn't matter because nobody sees them as human anymore. They're subversives, they're spies, they're clumps of cells. They just want, this is a death cult. They just want to kill people. I'm telling you, man, I'm not a very religious person, but this is some demonic shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really disturbing to see this in modern America.
And then he has the balls to get, oh my God, man, before they can even get into a place to get a test, man, what's wrong? Why are you so mean to the women? And that's all this is sucking up to women.
Yep. Whores.
Lied to for decades.
Yeah. Being pregnant used to be celebrated like, oh my God, you are doing the most sacred thing on the planet. Now it's like, I just had that vacuumed out. That ain't a real baby. You don't want that kind of burden in your life. That's going to be a dead weight around you. It's an albatross.
All right, let's let this idiot finish because he's still. I'm just going to spoil it. He doesn't answer the question.
That criminalizes women and criminalizes doctors, that even Donald Trump said it was too extreme.
Oh, so now you're on Donald Trump's side, huh?
Yeah. And
Right.
look, maybe we should be tougher on women because they seem to be perpetuating a lot of death lately. I don't know. This is getting out of hand. This is ridiculous.
Darth Mondo says, "Don't forget he had an affair with a married woman." I give him a pass on that because he's just trying to convince people he's not gay, so it didn't really count.
Well, did his wife get plowed by Harvey Weinstein?
Probably.
So, I mean, are you
That
really
dude's
going to want to
gay.
stick your wiener there?
Scott Wiener is his real wife. Let's be honest.
That's quite possible. I think Newsom would put it in anyone that would let him.
On the issue of the extreme exception that you highlight as it relates to the issue of later term abortion, it's almost always because of a fetal anomaly, the life of the mother.
That's not what you were asked.
No, also fetal anomaly. For most of these people, the fetus being there is the anomaly.
Well, let's not forget by saying fetal anomaly, what you're saying is eugenics.
Yes. It's gonna be born a tard. Oh, better carve that out.
Yeah, you can't have that retard, baby.
Yeah. Oh my God. Was it the Netherlands is doing that?
It's amazing that they use this language when Margaret Sanger is their hero.
Yeah, and she hated black people, for the record.
She really did. She thought they were inferior and needed bred out.
Which would have been an anomaly. Whoopsie. Also, thank you, Frosted Glass. Gavin still hasn't answered the question. He's like a bad abortionist, just beating around the bush. Cross-eyed one gets, starts pulling poop out of her butt.
Thank you, Curious. Prosecute all mothers who get abortions and their doctors, and even the fathers if they supported her decision to commit infanticide. No quarter for child murderers. No compromise whatsoever.
Yeah, I have a hard time being polite to people that use abortion as a recreational birth control method.
Yeah, proudly so. All right, so look. All right, I think Sean even touches on, so I'm not even going to ask the question. I'll just let it go.
And in those rare cases, I trust, and answer your question, I trust the mother and her doctor to make that decision.
So
That's not an answer. That did not answer the question. Do you ever? Just say yes or no. Why can't you just say yes or no? Because even you're ashamed of your answer. You're ashamed of your answer. You know it's disgusting.
No, I think he just likes to hear himself talk too.
Because even let's say what he just said is 100% true. No woman has ever had an abortion past the point of viability. We'll even go the latest, the 24 months. Nobody's ever had one past 24 months unless there was a fetal anomaly that was going to kill the kid and the mom was going to die. Okay. All right. But by not saying that it can only be in a medical emergency, you are saying that it's okay even if it is for convenience. Why are you too bitchy to say that? Why are you such a coward that you can't just say yes? I agree with it all the time. Because you know it's disgusting. That's why.
I want to be clear on this. If a woman and her doctor, for any reason,
Not for any reason.
No.
It's
I'm asking.
extremely rare.
Should there
This
be?
is a canard. I know where you guys are going, Sean. You're even
I'm
uncomfortable
asking.
with this whole issue. And I
watched
understand it.
your.
This is where you guys have
I'm
to
asking.
go to cover for the extreme.
Should there?
No, they're going there because we literally saw a woman stand up in the Virginia Assembly and say that a woman should be allowed to abort her child at the moment of birth if it was going to cause her psychological stress.
That isn't that a deformity of some kind, Monkey?
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's asinine.
Oh, no, that's just you hating.
You're being asked this.
You're a hater.
You're being asked this because you can sit there and say most of them are for the fetal anomaly, but that doesn't account for all of them. That's the fucked up part. You're a bitch.
Abortion agenda of Ron DeSantis.
Should there be?
Who's hurt your
Would
party.
you support a ban on abortion
just
in
answered the
7th, 8th, or 9th month
I just answered the question.
if the mother's life is
It is
not in jeopardy?
extreme extreme exception. People aren't going on and having abortions.
Should it
late
be
term
illegal then?
unless something
If it's rare,
devastating has happened?
should it be
It should
illegal?
be up to the mother and her doctor and her conscience. And it
So the
almost
answer is no
always,
restriction.
I've already answered it.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. I mean, you have, but you can't just say it. Isn't it telling that he can't just say it?
It kind of is, but he hasn't really answered anything directly. So
No, yeah.
I mean, he's kind of a scumbag. Real quick though, thank you, Pork Chop. Don't be mistaken. I'm for the reason Jennifer Newsom's legs are greasy. Oh, gross, dude. Maybe okay. That actually makes sense. He puts the pork chop in his woman's vagina, then combs his hair with it, so he gets twice as much grease.
And
No
I'll just
restriction.
reinforce it to cover
Okay.
up again. Hold on. For the most extreme abortion ban in the country. I have a simple question though. This is important.
No.
Will you
I'm
not-
asking the
Ron
question.
DeSantis, will you or will you
My
not
turn?
sign a
turn.
6-week ban
Okay.
in the unlikely case you
let me-
become
Governor
president of the
DeSantis,
United States?
let's
Would
talk
you sign a
about
national ban?
let's talk about
He
your
won't
state.
answer that. He's
You
getting
had-
saved
you
here
had
on that
15 weeks.
fundamental question.
He won't answer that. He's getting saved here on that fundamental. We just watched him do this a minute ago, where he refused to answer a question. Like, Ron won't answer the question. You fucking reject. This guy's in charge of one of the biggest states in the union.
Yeah.
You had a 15-week rule in California. You reduced it to 6. My question is this. What was your thinking behind it? Was it for religious reasons? Was it for science?
He said in California, he meant in Florida right there. Just to go back a second, because he's actually talking to DeSantis here. He did what I did earlier, where I mixed the two up. But just for the record, when he asked this question, he actually means to say Florida.
To 6. My question is this. What was your thinking behind it? Was it for religious reasons? Was it for scientific reasons? What was the reason for you from going from 15 weeks to 6 weeks?
Well, I believe in a culture of life. I think we're better off when everybody counts, when everybody has an opportunity to do well. And that bill attaches when there's a detectable heartbeat for the child. And some states have done that. Some states have done others. Some states have done later. And obviously, they have a right to do that. But I think about one of our Floridians, a lady named Penny Hopper. She actually survived a late-term abortion back in the day.
She's Charlie. I'm an abortion survivor. If I was an abortion survivor, I would have a shirt that said it.
Yeah, absolutely. With a coat hanger on it.
Yep.
And they left her on the table there to basically wither away. Her grandmother came, saved her, brought her to a hospital, saved her, and she ended up living a good life. So she counts and she matters. And I think that what the position that we have.
That couldn't have happened because he just told us that never happens unless there's a fetal anomaly.
She's an anomaly now. She survived. Like, way to dodge a weave. I would have her on my dodgeball team.
That's from
horrible.
The modern left, including in California, is that they will take your tax dollars.
Go ahead.
And
if she could dodge a hanger, she could dodge a ball.
Yes. I survived you got the hanger, actually have it up in the uterus and the baby just kind of moving away. Oh my God. Look, when it comes to the timing of this, he just did answer the question. Why'd you do it? Because I believe in life. That's a decent enough answer, but he keeps going on. This is my one criticism of him tonight. He doesn't need to say as much as he does.
Yeah.
Which is
That's
weird
fair.
because he actually uses less time than Newsom does.
they will fund abortion all the way to the moment of birth.
Yep.
He's wrong when he says the later terms are all because of this. 88% past 15 weeks are in fact elective from the Florida data. He doesn't keep data.
Okay, when I first started watching, I ended up on a lefty. Who was I watching? Shit, I can't remember. But they're like, but they happen within like the next 6 weeks, so it's still not late term abortion. Why he just pointed out that California doesn't even keep those numbers. Why do you think that is?
I think we know why.
We all know why.
There, but that is really extreme to take your tax dollars and to do this all the way up to the moment of birth. He didn't answer your question about any type of protections at all for a baby that has a beating heart, that can feel pain, that is viable.
Let me hold on.
Respectfully, this is an important conversation. Will you or will you not support
You didn't
a
answer,
national?
Sean.
Ron,
Why didn't you answer
or will
his
you
question?
not support
Why didn't
a
you
national
support?
ban if
Why?
it lands on your desk? You couldn't answer that in any other context.
Okay,
Answer it
gentlemen,
tonight. It's a
we're
simple
moving
yes or no.
on
By
to the
way,
next
hey,
issue.
Okay, this is a debate thing, and that's the rest of it. But if you're refusing to answer a question, you don't get to ask one then.
Yeah.
And then be like, you have to give me an answer. I've run into this with people I've debated before, Jack, and it's so fucking annoying.
That's not a debate. That's an argument.
Like, excuse me, I'm not going to answer your question. So you answer this. No, I did answer your question. No, you didn't. And the reason you didn't do it is because you know that that's fucking gross. And that if you guys actually spoke about abortion with what it really is, that you're killing a child, that your poll numbers for whether or not people should be allowed to have abortion would plummet. That's why you call it a fetus. That's why you call it a clump of cells. That's why you lie. Like, no, it doesn't happen all that often. It's why you guys lie about everything. Because you know if you don't, then you're not gonna be able to kill babies anymore.
And Moloch needs his babies.
They actually get mad if you argue with abortion people. Why do you keep calling it a baby? Because it is, you fucking dirty shitbag.
Well, then they know they're doing something wrong. By calling it a clump of cells, it absolves you of any kind of moral or religious responsibility to your fellow man.
Yeah. Hey. That's not really a person.
Yeah, because, I mean, do you really want to admit that you're slaughtering and butchering the smallest form of life, a baby? I mean, a helpless creature that can't defend itself? That makes you a fucking monster. And they don't want to admit that what they're doing is evil and monstrous.
And yeah, so they just lie. This was sent to me. Thank you. Said this is basically how the whole debate went. It's DeSantis saying the facts are on the screen and Newsom saying, no, you're wrong. What I say is the truth. Yeah, it's basically what happened. That is basically what happened all night. All right, Jack. So what'd you think? From what we saw, who won that?
I think DeSantis did. He was a bit stiff, but Gavin didn't answer any questions. He just started redirecting, saying, how dare you question me? How dare you impugn the greatness of California? He didn't answer a fucking question. He just dodged and weaved the whole time and tried to redirect with other questions. It's like arguing with my ex-girlfriend.
I was really hoping that one of those clips had the wait, is this it? Hang on. Oh yeah. Okay, this is the one I wanted to see. This is like one of the second to last parts of the debate, Jack. And Newsom is, I don't even remember what they were talking about. But he comes up. Let me make sure my volume's as high as it'll go. Okay, ready for this?
No, but okay.
You know, I think it's a question some people are probably asking. I know Nikki Haley's campaign is asking, when are you going to drop out and at least give Nikki Haley a shot to take down Donald Trump in this nomination? She laid you out. You're a
Please.
walking hypocrite. You're a walking hypocrite.
He got his ass so beat, he had to hide behind a Republican woman.
Yeah. Well, that sounds about right.
Oh yeah, the poop map. Oh my God. I wonder if I can find that clip. Did you see that part, Jack?
No, I saw somebody mention it in chat and I heard about it online, but I didn't actually watch it.
Why is this popped up right now?
I don't know.
I don't even know what that is. All right. Let me see if I can.
I blame other kids.
Will you
Some
talk
Puerto
for just?
Rican guy.
Will you talk for a moment?
Yeah. I don't know if you can understand this, people, but you can tell by the way I walk that I'm a woman's man. No time to talk.
I found it quickly, thank God.
Well, I got the rest of those BG lyrics on screen, so I'm good to go.
All right. So as soon as Ron DeSantis brought this up, I knew what this was because I've seen it before. This is a real thing, guys. All right.
This
He
is,
needs it.
this is a map of San Francisco. There's a lot of plots on that. You may be asking, what is that plotting? Well, this is an app where they plot the human feces that are found on the streets of San Francisco. And you see how
He brought up the poop map.
Normally, they're not allowed to have props at these things, but that's fucking funny.
He then goes on to say, and I don't know, because that's a pretty short clip. He then goes on to say that, you know, he refused to clean it up until Xi came. And then suddenly it was cleaned up and there were Chinese flags lining the streets, but not American ones. That's almost a direct quote. And he's right.
American, they're just trying to prepare for our Chinese overlords.
He brought up the poop map. Oh, it's fucking beautiful. Yeah, and Gavin's over on the side laughing his ass off. He's not embarrassed at all. Nope.
No, the guy doesn't get embarrassed because he doesn't care about any of this. It's very telling that your elected leaders will laugh at your suffering.
Can I just point out that this is also after he has repeatedly used San Francisco as the gold standard for the gun violence thing? He kept San Francisco, San Francisco, San Francisco. Hey, here's a shit map from your city. Dude.
Look, biological hazards to the plebs mean nothing to him. You're just a worthless plebeian. He doesn't give a shit about you. Now, elect him and make him king so that you can fall in line, you filthy peasant.
And that is a real app. What you do is if you're in San Francisco and you have that app and you run into shit on the street, you just mark your location and it lets everybody know, hey, there was shit right here. And make your mom proud. That's literally what you guys are living with. And you're going to do the same mistake you always do. You're going to keep electing these fucking retards, keep supporting the liberal agenda and go, I don't understand why our state sucks. It's still better than everywhere else. Do you realize how warm it is on your feet when you're walking through shit?
Especially when it's fresh.
It gets cold in San Francisco at night, man. We need that to help keep the city warm.
Ugh, gross.
Nasty fuckers. All right. There's one more thing I wanted to watch before we wrap up tonight, Jack.
Oh, yeah? This is about aliens?
No, it's about a fat chick who wants to have a revolution.
Poopy man, go. I saw this.
I got this from your timeline, so.
That sounds right.
You say you want a revolution.
Oh, my God. These people are so fucking dumb. And what's with that hairdo?
I was just about to say, why does it look like she got an acorn on her head?
That looks like one of those like crappy knockoff G.I. Joe helmets.
Yes.
That you got with like the Kmart brand, the Core or whatever. Oh, real quick, I got two before we go. Thank you, Frosted Glass. If I were an abortion survivor, I'd never mention it growing up. Then years later, when my mom's in a hospice on her deathbed, I'd calmly whisper in her ear, "Round 2." That's funny as shit. That's some long-term stuff like doing somebody's taxes. And thank you, Keldrick. Do you think it's permanently brown over the governor's house? Yeah, probably. Well, probably not the governor's house, but all the surrounding neighborhoods. Yeah. There's
a cloud, but they try to keep it away. Thank you, Alan, for the donation with no message. I appreciate it, my friend. All right. I wanted to watch this one, Jack, because of the stupid shit she says. Let's see. We got the eyebrow piercing. We got the lip piercing. Nothing in her nose. That's kind of strange.
There's probably some boogers in there. Plus, it looks like she had a nose job. Oh,
I said that could be it too. Go ahead.
Thank you, Pork Chop. A fat chick, save me. Gavin needs me. Ew.
I don't. Go ahead.
I think Gavin's wife needs you too.
I don't know what her weird talisman here is. I've never seen the half heart one like that before. But anyway, children rise up, gather round. It's time for a fat chick to explain things to us.
Oh, thank you, Alan, for the generous donation with no message. Appreciate it, man. Okay.
In the United
Oh, sorry.
States, what we have right now is a massive population who is ready for revolution and total liberation. It's
As opposed to partial liberation?
Is she talking about illegal aliens?
Probably.
laid bare for us right now how the interlocking nexus of colonialism, capitalism, white supremacy, and U.S. imperialism causes the majority of the world to suffer for the benefit of the elite few.
She's been in college too long. Interlocking nexus of colonialism. Shut up.
Just say intersectional. It's what you guys love to say anyway.
Yeah.
The intersection of white supremacy and colonialism and American imperialism, and dear Lord, you're just throwing out all of them.
It's a lot of isms.
She forgot patriarchy. Yeah, for the record, this is as far as I got in this. I had to stop because I was laughing so hard. Does she look like she's suffering? Looks like she's eating pretty well.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
She's got tats, so she's got some money, at least a little bit. She's got all of her liberal, my mom and dad have money and I'm going to spend it on ruining my face. She's got all that kind of money. So
Yeah.
she's not suffering worth a shit other than her fashion sense, which is fucking horrible.
Oh, that's her revolutionary gear. She's ready for the revolution, yo.
Yeah, those are her Che pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, in a black tank top. That's what they wear all the movies and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And you know what? She doesn't. That you know why her hair's like that? She's got beret head.
Oh,
Yeah. Fuck.
This
They're
is the moment to
raspberry.
seize right now, and we are going to need all kinds of people in all kinds of roles to ensure a successful revolution. We need organized movements.
Is she talking about an insurrection?
No, an actual revolution.
But that would be the overthrow of the government, right?
Shh.
All right. Understatement. Thanks so much, Jack. Don't bring me into this.
Of people like labor unions and new political parties and community defense teams. We need
The fuck is a community defense team?
I believe they're called gangs.
Warriors.
those behind
Yeah.
the scenes admin people who are good at spreadsheets and email lists and web design. We need former government
There's nothing that says revolutionary like web design and email lists.
I need somebody to do a spreadsheet quick.
That's the only way we can stop the colonialist patriarchy.
members who can help us use the state's remaining infrastructure to minimize harm for the most vulnerable among us. We need community gardens. We need trained field medics. We need people to provide childcare.
Why would you need trained field medics?
For the community defense team that's going to burn down all the black-owned businesses, just like in Portland.
This is starting to sound a whole lot like she should be in prison for treason.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it?
All right.
We need some smart tech people to break off from Google and Microsoft and build us a platform with our own servers so that we can protect free speech.
You don't believe in free speech, you idiot.
Well, all right, I'm not going to lie. That threw me. I'm guessing she means her speech and not what she doesn't want to hear.
Yes.
All right. Go to Mastodon. It's where they'll let you look at kitty porn. All right.
We need lawyers and economists who can tell us what will happen when we stop paying taxes.
Go to jail. I don't think you need a lawyer for that one.
Well,
how are lawyers going to help you with this glorious revolution?
okay. Let's forget her going to prison for not paying her taxes. let's say that they have this revolution where the government no longer takes your money. What's going to happen is all your social programs that you love so much are going to collapse, and your community gardens aren't going to be enough to feed people. And just like the Russians and the Chinese before you, you're going to starve out a whole bunch of people and kill them.
Yeah. And how are you going to pay your lawyer if you're not going to pay your taxes? Because if I was your lawyer and I'm like, you don't pay your taxes, you're paying up front before we get talking here.
No. See, these are revolutionary lawyers. They're going to do it for free.
How are the lawyers going to eat then?
They're going to go to the garden over there in Chaz and see if they can find anything left over.
Yeah, the servers are going to... Where are they getting those servers from? Like, with what money?
Christ.
Stop paying student loans and thereby stop funding the U.S. imperial war machine. We need educators,
Okay, when you stop paying your taxes and all the other things you said, you're not just stopping the imperial war machine. The vast majority of taxes go to social programs, you fucking retard.
Yep.
This is what happened. I guarantee you she's in a college classroom right now.
Yeah, or she's a teacher.
Maybe she's just, maybe she's a high school teacher or a kindergarten teacher teaching the little revolutionaries. This is what happens when you force all of that wokey bullshit as college credits you have to take. You have to take a cultural studies class. And it's all Marxist bullshit. All right, she needs all of this stuff. I was told that when the communist revolution comes, that you guys are just going to be able to sit around on your asses. You seem to need a whole lot of workers.
Forced workers, apparently, because they're not going to get paid because you don't pay your bills.
historians, archivists who can help us understand what has happened and what's going to happen.
Oh my God.
Starvation.
We have historians now who can help you with this.
Yeah, that will tell you starvation. That's what's going to happen with this. Because you're dumb and don't know how to manage anything. You don't have any concept of logistics to begin with. But if you're having a revolution, chances are it's not going to go well.
Here, just 50 miles off the coast of Florida, you can go look and see what happens when there's this communist revolution you love. And see how it got stuck in the 1950s.
Yeah, and how a lot of writers and poets were executed along with homosexuals and people of darker skin tones.
And that nonsense, that they're like, they have the best medical care in the world. That is based on their own, hey, yeah, we have the best medical care in the world. There's been no verification of that. And people are like, but they have a nice hospital in Havana. You mean where the president would go? Odd.
Yeah, weird that they'd want to take care of their dictator.
Fact that more than half the island didn't have running water, that doesn't, nothing to worry about. There's already history on this, you fucking retard.
Hate fact.
And we need artists and visionaries.
Oh my God. Wait. Why do you need artists for a revolution, Jack?
To chronicle the and inspire the troops.
Posters?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess.
Who can help show us what that new world can actually look like. Real revolution runs the scale from...
Well, Jack, I've seen a lot of movies that are set in the future. Made by artists, right?
Yeah.
So far, when we've caught up to the dates of those movies, it never looks like the movie showed me.
That's true.
All right. I got to go back just a little bit because the artists are going to show us what the revolution looks like. The fact that she followed that from the history thing is just, mwah. Could you be more ignorant?
Look like. Real revolution runs the scale from cooking dinner for our neighbors to building international solidarity movements. How are you going to contribute? In the United
I'm gonna laugh at people like you, and should you ever rise up, I'm actually gonna laugh as you get shot with pepper balls. That's all.
Yeah. Revolution looks like cooking dinner for your neighbor. What are you
Yes.
talking about?
By that, I mean I was a revolutionary back in when I was 14, and I cooked a dinner and took it to my neighbors.
Yeah, building international solidarity movements. What, a bunch of people agreeing on stuff? Isn't that a fandom? Don't Star Trek people do that? They like, oh my god, let's have a convention of Star Trek people, and they're like, all right, cool. That we're in solidarity behind Star Trek. That's it.
You
This
know,
is a weird fandom.
that's more apt than you know, because these people are LARPing as revolutionaries.
Oh yeah, this is all game to them. They're not sacrificing anything. They don't actually do anything. They just sit around and talk about the glorious revolution.
Damn it, Keister! I was saying it before you typed it. How dare you?
Well, we're a little bit in the future to them, so
Yeah, but I saw it right as I was saying it. I
Ah.
was letting you finish your point, but it made the point there, because it's literally them just LARPing.
yeah.
I'm a communist No, you're not. You're a capitalist little shithead who's been spoiled your whole fucking life. You read one book by Marx. You had a whole bunch of teachers in college who pushed that shit on you, and you're not smart enough to know the difference.
Yeah.
You had the nerve to bring up, we got to know what's going to happen, and Dick, it's already there for you.
Yep. Communism has been well established in many countries, and it's failed every fucking time. And a lot of innocent people have been killed in the process.
Yep,
These people have
millions.
no idea what real communism looks like. They only know this utopian fantasy version that they all ascribe to because it's utopian. And they're a bunch of utopians, and they're playing a little fucking game. They've never lived without capitalism. They have no concept of what it would be like without capitalism. These people are fucking morons, and they're sheep.
They're Scientologists without the good lawyers. They read a book and it becomes their religion.
Yep.
Karl Marx was an idiot.
And a freeloading loser. He was just a parasite off of his friends.
And if you subscribe to that shit, you either do not understand humanity or you're a fucking evil person, because those are the only two choices.
Yeah.
You have to be evil to support communism, knowing what it does. How many different revolutions can we point to that have gone oh so well? How are the Chinese doing these days?
Well, if you ask a citizen, not very well. If you ask their propaganda man, it starts going swimmingly.
Yeah.
Same in North Korea, Venezuela, Cuba's still a big shithole. China.
The Soviet Union fucking collapsed.
Yeah.
Their people were starving.
Yeah. They're still not doing that great decades later. Same in Romania, Spain. Let's see, who else had commies run things? I mean, anywhere it's been, it's socialism / communism, same thing, really, just different stages. Has been a miserable failure.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna wrap up there, Jack. Can you talk for just a sec?
Sure. Well, thank you guys for being so awesome and coming out and hanging out with us. We do appreciate that. I hope you had fun watching us make fun of Gavin Newsom. Yeah, Venezuela now, Venezuela 30 years ago. It doesn't matter. Hugo Chavez was a giant piece of shit. Hold it to more, yeah.
Sorry about
There's
that.
all kinds of problems associated with communism, and the more people want to avoid addressing the horrors of communism, the more likely they are to get it through, because they're going to be blind religious followers, and they're stupid.
Yeah, there's lots of excuses they have, from communism wasn't tried right. Successful communist countries, thank you so much. Hey, I'm looking to start a group. Just need to find my first member. Let me know if you find one. I got a fat chick for you.
Yeah, you ever notice that it's people that are like, a little on the weird side. Not just the fatties, but you got the freaks, the outcasts, the misfits, the malcontents. They're always the ones that push this shit. Like, you're going to be just as marginalized, if not more so, under a communist regime, you idiot.
Well, she's going to learn that you can get healthy, that you can get skinny. Even not as boring this way. No, you can get skinny. Trust me. When we don't have food, it happens naturally.
Yeah.
I only point out that she's fat because this happens so often with these comfortable people. She's not even that fat. She's just obviously well fed.
She's really
She's
bad. Monkey.
obviously well fed. And to be like, we need a revolution. For what? For what? How is your life so fucking hard?
Dad didn't get her a pony when she was 5.
It just annoys me. It's always these privileged fuckers.
Oh yeah. It always is. It's always the college age kids that are middle class to upper class.
You never see people come from those countries like, we need communism here. Do you know why? There's a reason they use the word escaped when they talk about communism.
Yeah.
We escaped communism. Anyway, we're going to wrap up there, Jack. Oh, fuck me.
Austin called me old.
Well, we are. We're almost 50 now. Combined, we're almost a century.
Century of awesome.
We're centurions.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It always comes back to Rome.
Always comes back to Rome. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for the donations. You guys are awesome. No game stream because I am going to be hanging out with the Phoebes. This is the longest I've gone without just sitting in there and petting her for like 20 minutes. So I got to go do that.
That's the cat, not the Phoebes as in retarded people. Don't get the two mixed up.
They're not feeble, Phoebe. Jack, anything you want to show out?
I'll drop some links to some cool videos. As always, thank you so much for the donos. You guys are awesome. It is really appreciated because that's how we survive.
Indeed. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Jack, the pleasure is always my friend.
Always glad to be here.
Everybody, have a wonderful night, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
You guys need a song, so I'm singing. It's the end of the show, and bells are ringing. Christmas is coming. There's gonna be snow. It's the end of the show. That song sucks.